Sir, welcome back to Pan India.
Thank you, Rana.
ఎలా ఉంది సార్ పాన్ ఇండియన్ ప్రమోషన్?
Exhaustive but very interesting.
మీకు ఎలా ఉంది ఇద్దరు?
కొత్తగా ఉంది అండ్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఉంది, ఎగ్జాస్టింగ్ బట్ గుడ్.
సో టెల్ మీ చీఫ్, ఇప్పుడు నౌ దిస్ ఈస్ ద టెక్నికలీ యువర్ ఫస్ట్ పాన్ ఇండియన్ విజిట్. What was your thought? Did you ever?
I was very nervous. Staying in Hyderabad doing Telugu regional films, you still haven't explored the other side of it. You know it, but you haven't explored it. Till you explore it, till you taste it, you don't know how it is. So after coming here and talking, then I understood that it's the same. Interacting with the press, interacting with the audiences here, it's the same. Because the language might change, but the excitement of cinema
remains the same.
It's common all over India. It's common.
So do you want to keep repeating these reruns?
Absolutely.
And do more and more stuff here?
Yes, for sure.
Very nice. Now this is topic of British India, of revolt. It's true, it's fictional. What is it? It's completely fictional, or is it?
Yeah, it's completely fictional. It's based on the spirit of two legendary freedom fighters, Alluri and Kumram. But when I looked at their timelines, they were so similar. The coincidences are mind-blowing.
Nice.
Born around the same time, left their homes around the same time, came back around the same time, and no one knows what happened in those 2-3 years or 3-4 years of their lives. So I thought, here is a chance that I can explore.
Tell a story.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always liked bringing two superpowers of two different eras, two different storylines. I loved the idea of bringing them together and fantasizing about them. So I thought, here is a great chance to do it. And the way the characters were developing in my mind, I thought, I have these two guys who will suit that roles perfectly.
Nice.
And in the film, I needed to have a fantastic friendship between them. And here I have two guys, two superstars who are very close friends, which is very rare. So too many coincidences. No? Everything was falling into place. Maybe nature intended me to do this.
It is speaking very highly about your friendship.
And that's what we're looking at each other and smiling.
How great
How great!
friendship is.
Tell me, you guys were friends before set, after set, or during the process of Triple R?
You're asking us?
Yeah.
You don't know.
No, I want to know what level of friendship was it.
Of course, you didn't know.
Pan India wants to know.
What is Pan-India?
So Pan India wants to know what your friendship is.
We've been friends for a very, very long time. I think during the first time when we played a celebrity cricket match.
It started from there.
It started from there.
That's when
He said, I'm going back after the match, can I drop you? And we started driving back in the car.
Kranti's birthday was on the 26th of March.
Yeah.
So this always happens. 26th is Kranti's birthday on March and 27th is our man's. So 25th we start celebrating for Kranti's birthday and 26th evening I'm vanished. Why? Because our man is...
You'll be gone to the 29th or something.
So it's become like a practice where his car just comes. I jump away from this party, from my wife's party. I'm there. And then she called me, where are you? I was like, oh no, it's Charan's
I'll see you in 3 days.
So yeah, it started from there, and we've been good friends. Nothing to hide, and you know about it as well. But Triple R maybe bonded us, glued it up a little more professionally also.
Understanding each other.
Each other's comfort levels as actors, as pluses and minuses.
Okay, let's talk about pluses and minuses. What's the plus and minus of the guy next to you?
His this guy has this crazy intensity in him, and it's you want to explore him. No, he's not this open book.
Don't try it, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty dangerous, bro.
So he's very close. I might call him an introvert. This guy is just you need to break that comfort zone or that shield of guard which he has. And then when you get in, then you understand that this guy is...
believes it's better I have.
Yeah.
That guard is safer for a
See,
superhero. Keep that guard, bro. You're doing well.
I was the very few people who could actually break that and get in and understand what he is. Very easily and very quickly, in fact. You know, as he said, it's a very rare friendship, a very rare combination of two stars being
I
friends.
remember Rana asking me, how come you and Tarak?
Yes.
Because he knows both of us so well and we are such opposite personalities. And that's what I think is the seeking of friendship. When you seek somebody who's completely opposite, that's attractive.
Thank God you didn't meet the same way like us. It would be crazy if you did.
Yeah, opposite poles
So,
attract.
okay, now that
So for
feels
me,
like
the plus and minus is that. A minus again, I want people to understand him. As a friend now, knowing him, I really want people to know what he is. Rather than just think the other way. I know what he is as a person. Now, like we had this interview with Zomato where they asked me to describe Charan, with a food analogy. I said he's like a golgappa. Just put it in his mouth, you start savoring him, then you understand the flavors. It's just not your puri and water and your chana. No, it's everything put together.
For
So
me,
that's
if I have
what
to
it is.
relate a dish for him, it's a non-vegetarian thali. A bit of everything, and it can never be a vegetarian.
I like that. Sir, you worked with them in the past.
Yeah.
You worked with him right from your beginning, in that sense, and in the
My
sense
beginning
also his beginning. How do you see them grow up?
No, I was a senior, right?
Okay.
I entered before. Yeah, he entered the industry before me. What year was it? 91.
91.
I was still a senior then. 91, I did a film with my grandfather.
Then if you then my entry is 83.
Then I should talk about it. Okay, we'll talk about entry into films.
Entry into film.
Yeah, so I become a hero.
I'm just talking about student number one, boss.
I became a
Magadir, I don't know what you all are talking
No
about.
one knows about it. No one knows about it. This is recorded evidence.
Huh?
Yeah, that
I
is.
acted in a film as a child artist.
In 83.
In 85. Sorry,
What film was
85.
that? What film was that?
Pillangrovi.
Did it release?
No.
Yeah,
I worked no.
we are talking about official entries here. So I entered first. I was a senior. Yes, Ippudu Chappama Junior.
Who listens to who?
We listen to you.
So topic.
So the question is
End of
still
topic.
back to him.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. In the beginning, I mean, everyone knows he's a bundle of talent from the beginning.
Too much, sir. That
Yeah,
is just-
and I think by the even when he was born, he was a bundle of talent, I guess. No, and,
Correct.
I think probably in the beginning he was too energetic and he was giving everything for every shot. And acting doesn't work like that. You should know when to step on the pedal and you should know when to take your foot off the pedal. In the beginning he didn't know. And also, everything was on
Full throttle.
full throttle, and he didn't know how to select his stories. He didn't have the maturity to think that a film works on a story and his role in the story. He didn't know how to think in those terms. So he was like going like a bull in the China
house.
bull in the China house. Now I see him. He's much more mature. He knows how to judge stories. He knows how to select stories. He knows when to go full steam and when to step back. He understands all that. That's the main difference. In acting, I don't see anything. It's the same from beginning from there to now.
So what was that one core of Tarak that didn't change from the beginning to now as a person?
Energy. His energy levels are quite high. From it is high, then it is high now.
High now.
High now.
He's
Only thing
always
is he learned how to.
10 Red Bulls started around, he's always there.
And Charan sir, from Magadira to now.
Again, Charan has loads of talent. then, now. But he had absolutely no idea of how films work in the beginning. He slowly understood, same way Tarak, but his approach has been completely different now, from the beginning to now. Now he has learned to trust his instincts more, one thing. Second thing, he learned to keep himself, his mind free of his own thoughts, his own interpretations, his own feelings. He somehow makes himself completely free of everything when he comes to my shop, and he says, I'm a complete white paper, you write whatever you want. I'll be whatever you want to be. And to that, sometimes I am amazed. Acting, I know he can do it very, very well. Like when he was, I also wanted them to dub in their own voices for all the languages. All the languages. They know all the languages, but if there is some fine nuance is not coming through. I was sitting there in the dubbing theatre, and there was Vijay, the Tamil assistant director, who is correcting him. There is one particular word which is not getting the accent right. It went for like 70, 80 takes. He was going to get that in a loop, going. I was sitting there. There is not even one iota of a frustration or irritation or impatience or nothing. He was just going like that again. With the same intensity, with the same eagerness to get it right. That I'm quite impressed, very, very impressed with. He didn't take that many takes for any of the shots while I was shooting, but in the dubbing, his approach to do, I will do what you want, and I will do it to my fullest ability.
Nice.
That is what I really, really liked about it.
Now the two of you can start in whichever order. What is the difference in him from the time you've met him first to today?
Nothing has changed. His urge for telling good, big stories. His urge to make great, wonderful, visually high-giving films. Nothing has changed. The only thing which has changed in him is he's a little older now. So
a lot of grey.
Yeah, a lot of grey there. And he's more hungry. His hunger has increased as much as his success. So his hunger and his success are par with each other. Earlier his hunger was more. His success maybe he was still going there to match up to that. In Bahubali, you know how hungry this man can be and how successful you can be. And he's I don't know, nothing has changed him as a person, as a filmmaker. He's just more hungry.
So on the camera he's saying more hungry. If you switch off the camera, he'll say he's more crazy.
So, and the best part is it's not contagious. It doesn't go to anybody. It just stays with him. It stays with him.
And he was saying all the dialogues, hanging 60 feet into there, parallel. Gaali
from 60 feet, he drops you. You have to go 60 feet again up there. And then he takes you again 60 feet. And the best part, and I told him, I said, do you realize I have 2 kids now?
Charan, what do you find as the difference between him and...
His appetite for storytelling, in enhancing his storytelling to a whole different new level I've seen since Bahubali, and it's unstoppable. I don't think this train is going to stop anywhere.
It shouldn't also stop anywhere. Sir, one thing I have to talk about is the action. That's a bar you keep pushing from the time you've started. We spoke a lot about your early films and how you approached action sequences then. Now this trailer looks like you pushed all boundaries. I'm saying Bahubali was magical, it was a fictional universe, it was folklore. This seems real and mad.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was this thought?
See, I always like larger than life sequences. Everything has to be larger than life. But for that to work, you have to keep the emotions very, very real.
Correct.
If the emotions are not real, then how much ever action you do, it just will just skip off the surface. It won't go into the audience's heart. It won't touch them properly. That I'm very, very sure of. I'm so sure that even I'll put emotion in a song like Not Not. Even in Nacho Nacho, there will be an emotion. So in the action sequences, I have hundreds of images continuously running in my mind. I can't keep all of them. I'll search through my emotion. So if there is an emotion running in this guy, for example, there is the shot where he's shouting at the tiger, right? There is a sequence with him and the tiger. There are thousands of ways where you can place a sequences with the tiger. So why I reached that point, this particular point, him shouting against the tiger, is that I go through the emotion. It might just look heroic that he's shouting at the tiger, but if you observe closely, there is so much of angst, frustration, so much of revolt now inside that shout. So I am very particular about that. I am very particular about how he shouts, when he starts opening his eyes, when he starts going into the shout, when the shout reaches its crescendo. Everything I am very particular of. Of course, he is such a talent that he can give me what I want in just 1 or 2 takes. But I am very particular about those hitting those right notes. That comes from the chasing the emotion, not visual. Visual will follow. You chase the emotion, visual will follow you.
So this is the first time you worked with like official Hindi actors, I think. What was that like?
I will.
Alia, Ajay Devgan, sir.
I will fight my whole life if need be to take out the tag of Hindi actor, Telugu actor.
Yeah, but I guess we just come from so many places now.
Yes, so many places. I know, and there is nothing wrong in terming someone as a Telugu actor or Hindi actor, but I don't want it to be a kind of border between people.
Your cinema.
Indian actors. What I want them is Indian actors.
So they're all one place now.
Yeah,
India actor is from New York, California, Virginia. It's like your Indian cinema there.
Indian actor. I want them to Indian actor, but it was terrific having them on the sets. Ajay sir or Alia, thorough professionals they have. Ajay sir is here so long and he knows what to do, what not to do. But he was completely comfortable. He gave me so much of comfort as a director to do what I needed him to do. And Alia is a treasure house of talent. She can do her things like that. So easy to work with.
Nice.
I had a great time working with them.
Okay. Apart from Indian actors, you had English actors this time. So now I can say that you're English language actors.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of them. You see those in real big Hollywood movies. They've done some really big global films, and you got to put them within our system. How was the working with them?
No, because the film is set in the pre-independent era, I needed to have
British actors,
English actors, and initially we didn't know how to approach them. We were trying through different sources, and we are just not reaching the correct actors. Then I was getting frustrated a bit, and I asked Shekhar Kapoor sir to help me out. He gave me some references of acting agencies. Then we reached these people, Ray Stevenson, Alison Doody, and Olivia Morris. Olivia Morris is an upcoming talent, and Alison Doody is the heroine of Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, or the
one of the Indiana Jones series.
Yeah, one of the Indiana Jones series. She's the heroine.
Oh, nice.
Last Crusade.
Oh,
She's the heroine
she's
in the
the
Last
best.
Crusade. And Ray Stevenson acted in many web series, big English Hollywood films and
Right.
all. Initially, it was a little bit difficult they have a certain way of
set organization or
set
communication
organization.
in whatever
Yeah,
it is.
communication, basically communication, but they quickly came into our way of working.
Nice.
And it was very nice working. I think he immediately understood, particularly Ray immediately understood the kind of template I'm going into. And it worked really well for us, and Olivia is so good looking, so nice. Her performances are so nice. Even though the scenes are less, you can see her talent in those few scenes.
So how is it for you guys? Like, is a set which is culturally exploding?
Yeah.
That's something that.
That's the answer. That's the answer.
So I was in aluminum factory shooting. I kept walking up and down. I said, no, this is says white people. It says people who speak Hindi, people who speak Telugu, animals.
It was a cultural explosion. It was.
I never saw a tiger and a horse in the same frame, just walking. No, it's like a child going into Disneyland. So you see this ride.
Like a candy shop.
Candy shop.
You're like so
I want
confused.
to try this ride, this fight, this song. It was that interesting for me.
Nice cross pollination actually happened. It was good to know actors from different languages, different cultures. It was nice.
Nice.
It was really good.
A message once this was announced at some part in the beginning, and that's how I kept referring to this film to people in Bombay or any other place, where as an audience who grew up watching Telugu films or grew up learning from Telugu films, to me the industry was somewhere defined by eras of three different people, and the first was NTR, the next was Megastar, and the third was you. Where I just feel the three of you here are like a embodiment or a representation of all the pride that all of us have, and this is what it is.
I love it.
So it really
Lovely.
So I think nobody else but this, sir. This is truly the fullest frame.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rana.
Thank you. So it's awesome, sir, and I hope this film will be the biggest, bigger than Bahubali, bigger than everything else that you've made. All right, sirs, have an awesome time promoting. Show me the film as soon as you guys are showing one outsider, and I will be there.
Thanks for inviting us, Rana.
And thank you for bringing this guy
You're
here.
the fourth art.
Now tell me, what is this here? You're moving around with Rhyme now?
I mean,
Full time?
Upasana is working, and he's my companion. She's my companion.
We're in Bombay.
Yeah, in Bombay.
It's mind
She's flying with me everywhere.
Hi, you want to introduce her?
This is Ryan. Everybody. It's a poodle. And Rana loves dogs, I think.
I'm good. Thank you guys. This is a wrap.